Motion to adjourn from executive session and return to regular business.
So moved.
Commissioner Henderson, you have a second? Commissioner DeCruz, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, carries. Number 9, public hearing. This is the final adoption of ordinance 25-04. At a regular meeting held on May 14th, 2025, we introduced for first reading the following ordinance, which was advertised in New Jersey Herald issue of May 20th, 2025, together with a notice of public hearing setting would be held at this meeting at 6 p.m. This is an ordinance making the provisions of Title 39 of the New Jersey statutes applicable to Sussex County property known as 15 Trinity Street in the town of Newton, as detailed within the plan entitled Official Site Parking and Signage Plan. Sussex County Trinity Street, Annex 15 Trinity Street, dated April 9, 2025, regulated the use of said roadways, driveways, and parking facilities by motor vehicles. Motion that the public hearing be open.
So moved.
Commissioner Henderson, have a
Second.
second. Deputy Director Space. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carries. Anyone here present to be heard regarding this ordinance? All right, motion that a public hearing be closed.
So moved.
Commissioner DeGroat, have a second.
Second?
Deputy Director Space. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carries. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be finally adopted?
So moved.
Commissioner Henderson, have a second.
Second.
Commissioner DeGroot, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, carries. All right, now I need a motion that this resolution be finally adopted and authorize the clerk to advertise this resolution as finally adopted and also post same on bulletin board in the lobby of the County Administrative Center.
So moved.
Commissioner Henderson, can I have a
Second.
second? Deputy Director Space, any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Deputy Director Space?
Yes?
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
All right, 9 is public session from the floor. This public session for those wishing to make a comment of 3 minutes or less regarding an agenda item. Please line up at the microphone and state your name, municipality, and agenda topic for the record. Motion to open the floor for public comment.
So moved?
Commissioner Hayden, Commissioner, Deputy Director
Second.
Space seconds. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, carries. Floor is open on agenda topics. All right, seeing none. Can I get a motion to close the floor for public comment?
So moved?
Deputy Director Space moves, Commissioner DeGroot seconds. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, carries. Number 10, Commissioner comments. We'll start with Commissioner Henderson.
Okay, on May 16th, along with Deputy Director Space and Commissioner DeGroot, we attended the Sussex County Older American event at Sussex County Fairgrounds. It was an excellent event for Sussex County seniors, including myself as a newly qualified member. Thank you, Lorraine Hentz, and all the individuals that put this event on. Well done. On May 17th, I attended the Lake Opakon Block Party, again, another fantastic event bringing the community together. On May 19th, Commissioner Carney and I attended a virtual development review meeting. Several items on the agenda were reviewed. On May 22nd, I attended the Sussex VOTEC School Board meeting. There were several members of the staff and parents there voicing their concerns over the status and future of shops cut at the school. Many voiced their concerns as students had entered as freshmen in shops, and now as sophomores and juniors, these programs are in jeopardy, forcing students to take a change in direction. 5 longtime employees of the teaching staff and custodial staff were honored as they enter the next phase of their life, their retirement. Congratulations to all, and Lisa, I see you here, congratulations. On May 24th, on Memorial Day, along with Commissioner Director Carney, we attended the American Legion Post 157 parade in Branchville. Great to see so many out honoring the vets that paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom we all enjoy today. On May 24th, along with Commissioner Carney, we attended the Opakon Memorial Day Parade. The Opakon Mayor, Council, and Recreation Committee do an awesome job organizing this event. Unfortunately, someone forgot to tell Mother Nature it was the beginning of summer. Yesterday, the County College interim president, Dr. Homer, hosted a tour at the County College. Sussex County is lucky to have a college like this in our backyard that offers so many options for students of all ages. It was great to see the numerous renovations in progress to improve the quality of education. I will say I was impressed with the new mannequins the college has obtained on grants that act the same as a human entering a hospital emergency room. Believe it or not, they can even cough and vomit. I've offered my services to operate the remote control. After an hour-long tour with Commissioner DeGroot, we attended the Sussex County College Board meeting. There was a presentation by David Haslip, the college veteran SEO, on the significant enrollment of veterans. It has doubled in the last few years. As I mentioned earlier, there is a lot of renovations going on at the college, and you can visit them and watch them on the county website. I urge all of you to follow along with their progress. I know you'll be impressed. Commissioner DeGroot, I'm sure will have additional information in his report from yesterday's meeting. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to meet the new college trustee during the tour, and I feel confident that he will bring a lot to the board. I feel the college is very fortunate to have Dr. Homer at the helm. His passion and dedication is second to none. Lastly, for the last several meetings, we have heard many individuals voice their concerns and thought over political views and issues. We all have our right to express those views. Do we all have to agree? No. But let's sit and talk. There's ways to find common ground if we search deep enough. When I was sworn in on January 1st, I told the people of Sussex County that I represent everyone regardless of your political affiliation, that I would always vote from my heart and what was right for Sussex County. With that pledge to voters, I've reached out and asked Senator Parker Space to join me and a few members of Indivisible to sit down over a cup of coffee. Senator Space and I will be meeting with them next week and look forward to a positive dialogue back and forth. Thank you.
Thank you. So with the Ag Board, we did not meet this month, and we don't have any forward motion on any of the issues as far as the maps and what we're trying to work. Anything until we're gonna meet.
Yes, starting with the Division of Senior Services, I want to extend a big thank you to Lorraine and all the Division of Senior Services staff for doing an exceptional job coordinate Older Americans Day. A very special thank you goes out to Karen King, who has been the lead on the County Seed Library. When I spoke with her and Lorraine about having a key County Seed Library booth at Older Americans Day, Karen took the lead and delivered outstanding results. She created a fantastic display and did a wonderful job educating our seniors about the program. Many seeds were picked up, and I heard firsthand how enthusiastic and excited people were about it. So once again, thank you to Karen King, Lorraine, and all the county workers who really made that day so special. Sussex County Tax Board. This past Wednesday, the Tax Board held its monthly meeting, which we covered a good portion of the tax assessment appeals across the county. It was very lively and insightful session. Additionally, the Tax Board, Melissa Rockwell and the staff asked me to pass along their thanks to us and the facilities team for putting up their new Zoom equipment. Really, they're grateful and noted the facilities team did an excellent job setting everything up. County Library Services, the County Sussex Library System invites all ages to join the 2025 Summer Reading Program, Color Our World, from June 26th to July 26th. You can read or listen to the books and attend events to earn raffle tickets for great prizes. Kickoff events include Meg's Artistry for Teens and Tweens on June 26th in Vernon and Franklin, and June 28th in Newton. Brian Richards' Magic Show for families on June 27th in Frankfurt and Stanhope, and Mr. Unpoppable's Pop Art Balloon Show on June 28th in Wantage. Adults can enjoy workshops like watercolor painting with local artist Regina Orr on June 28th in Frankfurt. There will be programs all throughout the summer, STEM activities, crafts, story times, book clubs, and more for kids, teens, and adults. Please visit sussexcountylibrary.org/events for details. Also, reminder, please join us for the ribbon cutting of the Dotmobile Library at Sussex Wantage branch on Wednesday, June 18th at 5 p.m. Very exciting on that. As mentioned, Sussex County Community College, Commissioner Henderson and I attended the SCCC Board of Trustees meeting yesterday. Highlights include an update on the Pathway program between Sussex Tech and the college, with an expectation of 25 Sussex Tech students attending SCCC full-time during their senior year. There's also exciting news and about the enhancement of the archaeology program through a partnership with Sterling Hill Mining Museum. Students will have the opportunity to use the college's XRF analyzer to examine over 4,000 newly acquired artifacts at Sterling Hill Mining Museum, providing valuable hands-on learning. Lastly, it was announced that fall 2025, the upcoming semester enrollment projections are looking positive. So great news. With this, more details will come out in the summer. Additional events, last week, Director Carney and I had a meeting with the prosecutor's office. think it went well. Additionally, as liaison to Hampton Township, I attended their township committee meeting yesterday. It was great to catch up with the committee, hear about the latest developments in Hampton. Additionally, this past Monday was Memorial Day. I spent the morning and afternoon in Wantage with American Legion Post 213 and the Sussex Fire Department and Auxiliary, who led powerful memorial ceremonies throughout Sussex Wantage. These ceremonies honored and remembered those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. I want to thank Wantage American Legion Post 213 and the Sussex Fire Department and Auxiliary for their dedicated work and extend my gratitude and prayers to all veterans and their families. That concludes my report. Thank you. God bless.
Division of Senior Services, annual public hearing. The Sussex County Division of Senior Services will hold its annual public hearing at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 5th, 2025, in the Senior Center at Knoll Heights Village, located at 40 Trapasso Drive in Sparta. Attendees will have an opportunity to voice their opinions on current service needs for the seniors of Sussex County. Anyone who would like to testify at the public hearing or submit written testimony should contact the Sussex County Division of Senior Services by May 30th, 2025 at 973-579-0555, extension 1222, or email seniorservices@sussex.nj.us. Individuals requiring transportation to the public hearing may contact Sussex County Skylands Ride at 973-579-0480 no later than 11 a.m. on May 29th, 2025, to make a reservation. Division of Health, Office of Public Health Nursing, a women's health screening clinic will be held on Thursday, June 5th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Office of Public Health Nursing, 201 Wheatsworth Road in Hamburg. This clinic offers a variety of health screenings and education. This service is free to uninsured and underinsured county residents who qualify for the New Jersey Cancer Education and Early Detection, NJCED program. To make an appointment, call the Office of Public Health Nursing at 973-579-0570, extension 1275. Mosquito Control Program. The county continues to receive above-average rainfall, way above average rainfall for the month of May. Unfortunately, due to the inclement weather, the plane has not been able to fly to conduct needed aerial treatments. In addition, aerial applications were further delayed over Memorial Day weekend due to the presidential temporary flight restrictions no-fly zone over northern New Jersey. The Office of Mosquito Control will continue to survey and monitor these areas and will conduct truck spraying applications for high mosquito populations if necessary. Residents should anticipate high populations of mosquitoes over the next few weeks. If you are experiencing a high inundation of mosquitoes, please call the Mosquito Control Office at 973-940-5225 to request service to the area for trapping and control. Disease surveillance. Mosquito-borne disease surveillance testing began on May 19th. Sussex Mosquito Control submitted 20 pools of adult mosquitoes for the testing of West Nile virus, Eastern equine encephalitis, Jamestown Canyon virus, and St. Louis encephalitis. All 20 pools tested negative for all diseases. Residents can find weekly mosquito-borne updates on the Mosquito Control Disease Surveillance website at sussex.nj.us/mosquito. New Jersey Department of Health has reported very early detection of West Nile virus in adult mosquitoes in 2 separate counties, Gloucester and Warren. Public outreach. The Office of Mosquito Control will be participating in Stillwater Day at the Veterans Memorial Park, 932 Pondbrook Road on Saturday, June 7th, starting at 2 p.m. Mosquito staff will be present to educate residents on mosquito biology and control practices. Be sure to stop in for giveaways and free spotted lanternfly traps. The mosquito control tabletop display will be set up weekly at the Lafayette, Andover, and Newton Municipal buildings from May 27th through June 13th. The mosquito display will be showcased in the foyers of each municipal building and will have informative mosquito control and biology brochures and pamphlets for our residents. Spotted lanternfly program. Free spotted lanternfly traps are still available to all Sussex County residents. If residents would like to receive their free traps, please contact the Office of Mosquito Control at 973-940-5225 to schedule pickup time. Traps can be picked up at the mosquito office on Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., but scheduling an appointment is preferred to ensure staffing availability. I recently had the honor of being selected as the Republican State Committee woman on May 15th by the Sussex County Republican Committee at their meeting. The legislature recently removed state committee elections from the ballot and put it in the hands of the county parties. It's been a privilege to volunteer for the NJGOP for the last 16 years as a female representative representing Sussex. I look forward to serving another 4 years. I attended Senior Day at the Sussex County Fairgrounds, along with Commissioners DeGroot, Henderson, and Director Carney. I'm not quite a senior, but I do have 2 grandchildren. It was well planned out by Lorraine Hentz and the Division of Senior Services. Always a good time. Attended the Hopakong Block Party along with Frankfurt's Mayor Dave Silverthorne, hosted by the Lake Hopakong Foundation. Many vendors and nonprofits were there from Sussex and Morris County. We did just get a request to have more vendors from Sussex County government there. As liaison to Ginny's House, I attended the quarterly meeting. Stay tuned for more information on the annual fundraiser in November at the Lake Mohawk Country Club. I attended the 30th Annual Scouting America Sussex County Tribute to Women, honoring 6 local women who have made a positive impact here in Sussex County. Congratulations to Betsy Sutherland, Tricia Artrip, Jennifer Cable, Suni DiStefano, Evelyn Duziak, and Jeannie Hankey. Over the last 30 years, 140 women have been honored. I was selected in 2014. I recently attended the Hardison Republican Club meeting along with Commissioner Henderson and Senator Space, and we gave a brief update on what's going on in the county. Lastly, I attended the Sussex County Youth Services Commission as their liaison, and that's all I have.
All right, I'm going to start with the Department of Engineering and Planning. The Division of Planning is finalizing development of the Sussex County Local Safety Action Plan. The plan identifies operational safety concerns within the local transportation system, establishes method to prioritize the identified operational enhancements, and provides recommendations on methods to enhance operational safety within the system at both hotspot locations and systematically. The final public workshop to review the draft plan is scheduled for June 3rd between 6 and 8 p.m. The workshop will be held in the Sussex County Commissioner Room. We encourage anyone interested in the plan to wishing to provide input on the plan to share your thoughts on creating safer streets in Sussex County. The Sussex County Division of Planning is available to answer any questions or review the plan and can be reached at 973-579-0500. The Division of Engineering is preparing 3 grant applications requesting funding for transportation projects. One of these grants responds to an open solicitation from the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority, or the NJTPA, for the fiscal year 2026 Local Concept Development Grant. The application will request $868,400 to fund a planning level study to evaluate rehabilitation and replacement options for the Sussex County River Styx Bridge in Hopakong. River Styx Bridge is 65 years old and spans 598 feet, making it the longest bridge owned and operated by Sussex County. When designed, a bridge is estimated to provide about a 75-year service life. The other two grant applications seek state funding in the amount of $3 million for replacement of existing obsolete guide rail systems located along County Route 517. The work would encompass the entire 31-mile length of Route 517, beginning at the Warren County line, extending north to New York State line. The federal grant is highly competitive, and 2 state grants are discretionary and awarded in consideration of other needs and available funding. The grant applications will be considered for approval during the Commissioners' meeting of June 11th. The Division of Planning remains focused on preparing the cross-acceptance report that summarizes county and municipal review comments on the draft state development and redevelopment plan. The Sussex County Division of Planning will be presenting the draft cross-acceptance report to the Sussex County Planning Board at its meeting this Monday, June 2nd. Commissioner Henderson and myself will be there. That meeting starts at 4 p.m. and is held here in this meeting room. The county encourages public participation in the meeting and asks that comments be shared with the County Planning Board during this meeting. Sussex County Division of Planning is available to discuss the plan, again, at the number 973-579-0500. I'm going to read a little bit from District 24. I haven't had an update in a while. I like to read their words. District 24 is made up of our Senator Parker Space, and Assemblyman Mike Ganamore, and Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia. So I'm going to read about what they're working on a little bit. Space Fantasia and Ganamore slam seizure of New Jersey farm for high-density housing. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this or not, or read it, or heard about it in the news, But today, legislators from the 24th Legislative District slammed the Democrats' extreme housing mandates, calling the push to seize farmland through eminent domain a blatant example of failures under one-party Democrat rule in the state government. Stripping an individual of one's land through eminent domain to build high-density housing for others is a very definition of government overreach, said Parker Space. Taking his family's farm away is a land grab, and most people see it for what it is, government run amok. It also demonstrates that absolute absurdity of mandating an arbitrary number of housing units on municipalities who have no reasonable means to satisfy the government extreme quotas. The all-Democrat Cranberry Township Committee recently added a 175-year-old family farm to a list of properties where state-mandated low-income housing could be built, and if decided upon them, would seize the property by eminent domain if the owners refuse willing to sell. Government seizing someone's land, especially farmland that's been cultivated for generations for overdevelopment, is morally repugnant, said Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia. The elected officials in Cranberry should be ashamed of even considering this. Republicans in the legislature sounded the alarm last year when Governor Murphy and the Democrats pushed through the A4 low-income housing law. We warned the farmland and open space would be snatched up by governmental mandated housing. Now our worst nightmares are coming true. Cranberry Township is allowed to seize its farm by eminent domain in order to allow a developer to build high-density housing. No property owner will be safe from this outrageous government overreach. And I agree. We'll end that there. Compassion for Sussex County Mothers Experience. This is a bill that Assemblyman Mike Ganamore is sponsoring. This is A3893. This is a bill that allows parents of children with developmental disabilities to apply for guardianship before they turn 18 years old, ensuring continuous care. Parents of children who have medically complex needs or require everyday decision-making assistance are some of the most selfless and tireless advocates I have ever had the pleasure to serve. They shouldn't have to battle legal system to ensure their child remains protected, but because of court delays, many children have had to go without proper guardianship for an extended period of time, and Ganamort said. So I'll be briefing everybody on that as that bill hopefully passes. And then we have an anonymous letter. I just want to read this. I've always said, if you guys have any questions, our door is open, whether it be via phone or email or a clerk or administrator. So there was an anonymous letter to the board received regarding concern about roadways and their conditions, specifically Route 94 by Skooma and 15 in Sparta. Unfortunately, we can't respond to the author of the letter, but I do want to take a moment to advise that the author, we appreciate being notified of these issues concerning the roads within Sussex County. However, these two particular roadways are state roads, and the author should contact Governor Murphy and the New Jersey Department of Transportation. The county unfortunately has no jurisdiction over these roads. Most of our road signs, if you haven't figured it out, say county routes, and usually they're, I think if not all, they're 3 digits. And they're blue. Yeah, so usually we're 3 digits. State is majority of the time 2 digits, except 206. As I think most of the commissioners said, we attended a lot of Memorial Day parades. I was in Hopatcong with Commissioner Henderson, and it was cold. It was very cold. I did also walk in Branchville, which I've done for the last 8 years. That is my post, which I'm a proud member for 14 years. I was able to do something a little different than you guys did. I gave a scholarship award out to High Point. I was able to do that in the football sense and the soccer sense, where I founded a soccer program. I attended senior day after you guys did, and was able to pick some numbers for our door prizes. Kudos to Lorraine and Rayanne and everybody in senior services for doing a great job, as always. Weather was not good. Again, it always seems to rain on that day, right?
It rains every day.
Well, every day this month, that is true, but it seems like every day for senior day. And I attended a back-on block party as well, which is always a good event. And that is all I have. All right, number 11, approval consent agenda is none. Number 12, we tabled that to the next meeting. That's the approval of minutes. Number 13, ordinance, there is none. 14, appointments and/or resignations. We have Resolution A, appointment of Douglas Steinhardt, attorney at law, as county adjuster pursuant to NJSA 30:4-34 and Section 2.10 G of the 2019 Sussex County Administrative Code. Motion to adopt Resolution A.
So moved.
Deputy Director Space moves. Is that Bill? Is that Second by Commissioner Hayden. Any discussion? Okay, roll call then.
Deputy Director Space?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, can I get a motion to adopt resolutions A through U?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Henderson moves, Commissioner DeGroot seconds. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Deputy Director Space?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden? Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
16 is awards of contract change orders and bids. Sorry. The Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex has reviewed the award of contract change order or bids consisting of various proposed resolutions and determined that adoption of the said resolutions is and will further the public interest. Motion to adopt resolutions A through D.
So moved.
Deputy Director Space moves, Commissioner Hayden seconds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Director Space?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden? Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Number 17 is financial. We have Resolution A, which is the payments of bill list A from May 28, 2025. Motion to pay bills list A.
So moved.
Commissioner DeGroot
Second.
moves. Deputy Director Space seconds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Director Space?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden? Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
18 is personnel. Resolution A is personnel agenda of May 28th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve the personnel agenda?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Deputy
Second.
Director Space moves. Commissioner DeGroot seconds. Any discussion?
Just a correction, it's Commissioner Henderson. It's the
What'd I say?
second.
I said
DeGroot.
DeGroot? Oh, I'm sorry. Any discussion? All right, roll call.
Deputy Director Space?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden? Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Okay, 19, administrative report. Ron?
Yeah, real quick, thank you, sir. Everybody have commented a lot, we've had a lot of projects going on. In ARPA, I was just talking to the mayor of Vernon, I said, we're as busy as we've been in the history of the county doing ARPA projects. So I just want to tell you 4 we closed out this week. The Franklin Library roof, the Hopatcon Garage roof, the Mosquito Control Building roof, and the Lafayette Main Garage roof were all completed, signed off, we're done. Send the checks. So we're getting those, it's getting to the year end, so we're just knocking them off. I attended the Economic Development Committee meeting today. It was very well. Again, there's a lot of investors looking at the county. They're very interested in starting businesses or redeveloping businesses here in the county, so it's warm feeling to see that people are still interested in doing business within the county. And then lastly, and very important to the county, we had our bond rating meeting today. And that is extremely important to the county. Bond rating for the public's concern is our credit rating. And every year we get audited, we get reviewed, we look at how the county's being run, how our financial posture is, our stability is, what our risks are, how we're managing our risk. And then on June 4th, we get our rating. And the good news is, the higher the rating, the better ability we have to do business. And so far, historically, the county has had the highest rating possible that we can obtain. And that's due to our ratables. If we were Bergen County and had a bunch more ratables, we'd have a higher credit rating. That's about as simple as I can say it. But we do the best we can with what we got. And that's all I got.
Perfect. And the council?
Thank you, Commissioners. Nothing, I covered my issues during the executive, so thank you.
Okay, number 21, unfinished business. Anybody have any?
I just got a quick question regarding the jail. I know there was an appraisal done on the jail. Who do I get a copy of that from? Okay. Okay, appreciate it.
Good, okay. New business? Anybody? No? Okay, I do have a little new business. This pertains a little bit with my discussions, my weekly discussions with County Clerk Jeff Parrott. This is regarding, I'm just gonna read his words again. I don't wanna miss anything. He put this together. I wanna read what he said. I agree with him. I want your permission for this. It goes hand in hand with the 2011 County Clerk's Office that started the Veterans Card Discount Program, and over that course of the 14 years, they processed 3,500 veteran ID cards. A few weeks ago, he had the pleasure of meeting Gold Star veteran Michael Lehman. Mr. Lehman, who recently retired from the Coast Guard, was seeking assistance with his initiative to provide Gold Star family parking throughout various county buildings. Apparently, there might be some. We have Mayor Rossi here from Vernon. He's looking to reach out to the municipalities. Some municipalities might be doing this already. Would I like to get some permission, and I don't know if we'd have to put a resolution together maybe and check out some maybe statutes with parking. I know we have to deal with new ordinances and whatnot, but with everybody's permission, I would like to set that here. And if council could look into that and have a parking spot, whether it be right by us, Commissioner, right by the door to Gold Star parking, but if everybody is good with that, we can start putting that together and hopefully have something ready by the next meeting. Sound good? I think we owe that to them. And I just want to read this one part too.
About on the county facility?
Yes, at the county,
administrative complex,
yes. So again, he's reaching out to the 24 municipalities, their mayors, or the council presidents, or both. Maybe we can do our part too, following up as liaisons to our municipalities. I know Jackie went to the meeting, Hampton, I know Alan attends the meetings. But reaching out across the aisle here and talking to our mayors and council presidents and see if you guys will do the same at your municipality or wherever you think is suffice, at your park, wherever you may want to do that. And we could actually, we'll bring that up, we'll put that on the agenda for our mayor's luncheon. All right, that's what we'll do. But I want to read this to you because I like this, and I liked President Ronald Reagan. I thought he was a good president. But President Ronald Reagan said it best: freedom is a fragile thing and is never more than one generation away from extinction. It's not ours by inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to people. I thought that was good to read since we just had Memorial Day. Anyway, 23 is public session from the floor. This public session for those wishing to make general comments of 3 minutes or less on non-agenda topics. Please line up at the microphone, state your name and municipality for the record. Motion to open the floor for public comment.
So moved.
Commissioner Henderson. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner DeGroot. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Oppose, abstain, carries. The floor is open. Oh, you cut it right off. You're wearing yellow. That's good.
Saw me coming. Sandy Hall, Lake, New Jersey. I understand, I've been here too enough meetings to know that a public session is for comment only and that responses are not usually given, and that's the protocol, and I understand that. And at times that can give the appearance that you guys have a sense of indifference as to some of the statements that are made here at times. So I just want to thank you, Commissioner Henderson, Allen, my friend, thank you for reaching out to this group, to Indivisible, and maybe addressing some of the concerns, and for Senator Space for agreeing to go with you. I think that, and you've heard me say this enough, you need to have a common ground. You need to have an open place to bring issues to bear. So as an example, like you're looking at educational cuts that are coming down from a Republican president and also from a Democratic governor in the state of New Jersey. So we don't know how those cuts, if they come, how they're going to affect us. So maybe coming together, talking to other groups, you can come to some kind of a plan, a decision, or something to say, if this is the scenario, how do we solve it? How can we work together? And you said it again in your opening statement, you're all here to represent every person in this county to work in our best interest. I, for one, deeply appreciate the work and energy you guys, most of you, have put into this. You've heard me say that enough, but I don't think I'm the only person here who feels that way. So thank you for opening the door for more discussion, for possible solutions, for maybe a better understanding of where some of these issues are coming from. So thank you for your good work and for your interest for everybody who lives in Sussex County. Thank you.
Rayanne Giroux, Stillwater Township. Director Commissioner Carney, Deputy Commissioner Space, Commissioner Hayden, Commissioner DeGroot, and Commissioner Henderson. County Council, County Administrator Ron Packer. On behalf of Sussex County employees, we would like to thank you for your hard work you provide to our county residents and employees, which most of us are residents. It is not an easy task to make everyone happy. You all have taught me that lesson. Your leadership has guided the county to making the county a better place to live and work. Commissioner Carney, with the education initiative to our DPW employees, you have provided additional growth to our DPW to better their careers and continue long-term employment within the county. Commissioner Deputy Space, your continued support to our veterans through your initiative of the County Veteran Support Group has shown your dedication to our residents who are veterans and their families. Commissioner DeGroot, your initiative of the SEED program assisted our county residents in gardening skills and education of seeds which will lead to a healthier lifestyle. Commissioner Henderson, we know you're just getting started. We are looking forward to working with you. We thank you for your visits to our county employees and getting to know their job duties. As I said earlier, Sussex County has dedicated employees. Thank you for your presence during community events and listening to your constituents and offering support. Commissioners, your presence within community events such as Memorial Day, St. Patrick's Day, Veterans Day, both town and county parades, opening of small businesses, just to name a few, you have shown your ongoing dedication to our residents. As commissioners, on numerous occasions, your constituents have reached out for various services, and you have personally linked our residents to the appropriate services within the community and to our county employees to assist with these services. That has not gone unnoticed. This shows that you go above and beyond supporting our residents and just attend.
1 minute.
Attending meetings. As I am a social worker for senior services, Deputy Administrator Lorraine has often requested to reach out to residents from referrals made by commissioners. You take your actions, and this is leadership. I don't know how much of thank yous you receive from residents. However, on behalf of our dedicated county employees, we thank you for your continued service and leadership for our counties.
Thank you. We usually don't get that, so we appreciate that. I say we usually don't get that, so we appreciate that, especially from an employee, especially somebody like yourself who gets around and does so much with senior services. So thank you.
Kathy Brennan, Hampton Township. I want to say good evening to everybody first. And I want to say that as someone who's worked with and advocating for people with disabilities for about 20 years, I'm very concerned about their futures as a result of proposed budget cuts. This community of individuals has had to struggle to overcome abuse, discrimination, and stereotyping. We are all human beings, and we all are entitled to whatever services are necessary. Proposed cuts to programs such as Medicaid, SNAP, community living services, and special ed services will severely impact these people and their families. As a county, and you as commissioners, we must ensure that these individuals are adequately served. It is essential that you make sure that the disabled in our county continue to have complete access to all the resources and supports necessary for them to live full, meaningful, healthy, and happy lives. I hope that in the coming months, as we learn more about the possible cuts, that you will be working on this and keep this in mind. And I also would like to say that I have confidence that most of you will accept this challenge and will work on whatever's good for the community, except for, as I have to say, Commissioner Hayden, who I feel does nothing to help the county, and who I will say once again, should have resigned, and obviously has not, and I will always continue to say he needs to do so because I feel he's a waste to the county. Thank you.
Good evening. Sandy Pender, Freedom Township. In a few days, we'll be entering June, Pride Month. It's a time to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community and to remember the struggles and achievements within their history. Recently, I've seen some retailers putting out Pride merchandise in bright rainbow colors. As a proud ally, seeing these items displayed simply makes my heart happy. It says that we still live in a place where people are allowed to be different and be who they are. The Trump administration, however, is moving forward with a targeted and cruel agenda. From day one, there has been a focused attack on all things DEI. There's been a slash and burn movement to remove information, funding, and personnel related to all things DEI, which profoundly affects LGBTQ+ people and other marginalized groups. As you know, DEI stands
This acronym and its related words have become weaponized by this administration. If you are part of the LGBTQ plus community or love someone in this community, you recognize how scary this is. This rhetoric about wokeness, indoctrination, and grooming is dangerous in that it vilifies and dehumanizes a whole swath of people. It promotes ideas that people that are not part of the majority culture are not entitled to the same rights. It widely casts propaganda based on misinformation, fear, and bigotry. It is an intentional action to take a group of our own citizens and other them, and or erase them. If you don't care about this community, please don't dismiss what is happening. History tells us that leaders such as Trump will not stop if their own citizens stay silent. By doing nothing, we are giving Trump and his cabinet permission to continue. Diversity within a community is something to be celebrated, not feared. A society where people are different
1 minute.
is a strength, not a weakness. All people should have equal rights under the law, regardless of what communities they belong to. Inclusion allows citizens access to society and its opportunities and allows them to feel welcome and represented. These are not woke ideals. These are simple, basic human rights. So what can we do about this? If my words energize you, please become an ally and take action to support LGBTQ plus people. Attend Pride events and support their community. Speak out when you hear misinformation or bigotry. If my words make you uncomfortable, I challenge you to open your mind as you see Pride being celebrated. Challenge your assumptions and know that we are all human beings despite what we look like or who we love. If you don't know much about this community and genuinely are seeking knowledge and understanding, I invite you to reach out to me after the meeting. I am always willing to speak to those with a sincere heart.
Time.
Thank you.
Good evening, John Rolfus, Newton. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm extremely concerned that our country is headed in a dangerous direction financially. The tariff war that Donald Trump started is just one of the current threats to our economy. A tariff is a tax imposed by the government on goods or services imported into the country. There are legitimate reasons for levying taxes, such as raising revenue, protecting domestic industries, and influencing trade policies. However, business owners, industry leaders, and economists across the country have all agreed that Trump's irrational tariffs will result in none of these economic benefits. To the contrary, they say that Trump's tariffs will raise prices for consumers, hinder industrial growth, and hurt the U.S. and geopolitical relations. Further, he is overstepping his authority to impose tariffs because the U.S. Constitution gives the power to impose tariffs to Congress, not the President. Trump claimed that foreign countries would pay for the tariffs. That is not true. American consumers will pay for them. When Walmart announced they would have to increase prices due to tariffs, Trump told them to eat the tariffs, which is proof that he knows foreign countries won't pay for the tariffs. Americans will. Low-income consumers will be burdened the most and will have to make hard choices between buying food, rent, or car repairs when prices go up. Trump also claimed that tariffs will bring manufacturing back to U.S. This is also not true. Some industries will never return to the U.S. because the cost would be too high for consumers to purchase American-made products. iPhones, for example, could cost as much as $3,500 instead of $1,000 if manufactured in the U.S. Tariffs can also make domestic industries less efficient and hinder innovation by reducing competition, which would result in inferior products. Trump also said countries were eager to
1 minute.
negotiate tariff deals. This was also a lie. Trump arbitrarily declared bogus tariffs and then repeatedly changed the numbers. He has not finalized any deals with foreign nations. He has only scared and angered people across the globe. Trump's threats of tariffs are causing us to lose respect and our standing in the world, which will lead to retaliatory measures from other countries. Historically, tariffs will have created so much geopolitical tensions that they have been the root cause of many wars. Instead of strategically trying to raise money for the U.S. government and build American industries, he is placing the U.S. in a dangerous position. I am asking you to speak out against Trump's tariff war. If you do not speak out, you are complicit in Trump's threats to our economy and telling constituents to eat the tariffs. Please protect our local businesses, owners, and consumers, and speak out against Trump's arbitrary and capricious actions. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Karen Bocano from Montage Township. Montage is the place I've called home for the past 38 years. I'm your neighbor, or perhaps I met you in my classroom, or you were classmates to my children. Chances are that our paths have crossed at our beautiful parks, our sports games, our farmers markets, supermarket, or at the fair. We have a lot in common, and I know that we all care deeply for our county and our community. I have voted in many elections since 1973, and I always believed that each new slate of elected officials would serve in good faith, keeping the welfare of our country as a priority. However, I do not feel that way since the recent presidential election. The results of the last election have put us in jeopardy of losing our democracy. The president's bill, now before the Senate, threatens to dismantle our democratic republic and instead reorient our economy to the benefit of billionaires, much to the detriment of the middle and working class people. The White House proposals seem intent on going backwards by defunding social and health services, environmental regulations, veterans benefits, eliminating DEI and immigrant rights, threatening Social Security, firing federal workers, and more. The president continues to defy the rule of law by pardoning criminals of his choice and ignoring due process for the innocent. I am further dismayed at the elimination of the Department of Education and the attacks on higher education. As a retired teacher and grandparent, I want to be sure that my grandchildren have the same opportunities that my children had. Investing in public education is a
1 minute.
win investment in our future. Today, it is true that we receive news from a variety of sources. More than ever, we need to question the reliability and accuracy of these sources. We need to recognize and speak up against misinformation. Our political differences need not divide us on the truth and common goals for our beloved country. In closing, I hope that we can work together to keep our county and our country prosperous, equitable, and healthy. I sincerely appreciate this public forum, and I thank you.
Mayor, can I have just 1 second? Please. Sorry.
Pamela Gray, Stillwater. I appreciate the chance to speak with you tonight, and I want to take a moment to thank you again for all you do for our community. I've learned so much about your role by coming to these meetings and by listening. I also want to thank the community members who have stood up and spoken so eloquently these past 3 months. I feel like it's been a master's class in U.S. history, world history, civics, and political science all wrapped up in one. I'm not sure if you commissioners knew you were signing up for that, but I, for one, am grateful and think it should be a required course for all of our elected officials at every level. Tonight, I want to talk about something that's been weighing heavily on my heart, and I imagine it's on the minds of others here too. It's about fairness. It's about what kind of country and what kind of community we want to be. Right now, we're seeing a troubling pattern from our president. On one hand, he's going after the LGBTQ community and our institutions of higher learning, calling them dangerous, questioning their values, and trying to strip away support and resources. These are real people we're talking about. These groups have not committed crimes. They are not threats. They are our students, haven't done anything wrong, and yet they are being vilified, legislated against, and labeled as enemies of our nation. This administration is using them as the blame to convince their faithful followers that these groups are responsible for all of the problems. And yet at the same time, we see this president using his platform to pardon people who have actually committed crimes, people who have defrauded others, lied under oath, obstructed justice, or committed violent offenses. Somehow they're getting a free pass while others are being punished just for who they are and what they teach. He is wielding his pardoning power to reward allies convicted of real crime. In his world,
1 minute.
loyalty trumps legality, and truth is treated like a disposable inconvenience. Doesn't sit right with me. It's not the kind of justice or leadership that reflects the values we try to live by around here. Honesty, decency, and looking out for one another. You don't have to agree with everything someone says or believes to treat them with fairness and respect. And I hope we can be a community that sees through political games and stands up for what's right. I encourage this body of commissioners to engage in our entire community in speaking out for our LGBTQ community and our educational institutions, as they are the two of our very pillars that uphold the dignity and progress of our society. I also encourage you to recognize that as our current president continues to create chaos and disruption, which trickles down into our county, use your elected positions to call out
Time.
disinformation and misuse of power and hold officials accountable for their part. Thank you. Jean Apriage, Hampton. I'd like to first thank the commissioners for your strong support of Sussex County Community College. Throughout American history, there has been broad public support and respect for educational institutions. However, over the past 25 years, there has been a rising anti-intellectual movement in our country. There are myriad reasons for the shift in public sentiment against educators, schools, and universities, and highly educated people. But I will not delve into the sociological and economic factors that have led a large portion of our population to eschew learning. Unfortunately, we now have a president who is the epitome of anti-intellectualism. He exploits that sentiment and has used it to divide the American public. At the same time, he extols ignorant and deceitful people and promotes them to positions of power in our government. This is what autocrats do to keep the masses uninformed about their true intention, which is to gain personal wealth and power. That is the skill in which Trump is truly gifted. Trump's latest victim in the intellectual world is Harvard University, the oldest institution of higher learning in our country. Trump's attacks on Harvard will drastically harm our nation's ability to maintain its status as a leader in research in numerous fields. Professors and graduate students at Harvard conduct crucial research in medicine. Everyone in this room knows someone who has suffered from cancer, ALS, COPD, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and numerous other diseases. All of us have the scientists at Harvard to thank for advancements in medicine that have helped our loved ones through these illnesses. Trump doesn't care. Medicine is only one field in which Harvard leads the research community to solve problems for the betterment of humanity. In physics, chemistry, ecology, artificial intelligence, and engineering, just to name a few, scientists conduct research that improves our daily lives. However, Trump cut funding for that research. Further, 1/4 of Harvard students come from other countries. Now, thanks to
1 minute.
these students can no longer do their research and are leaving Harvard to attend other universities. This has had an impact on universities across the country, where foreign students who no longer feel safe in the U.S. and will not be able to conduct the research in their chosen fields will seek placements in universities abroad. This brain drain will harm innovation and advancements in all of the fields I previously listed and more. Anyone who cares about our standard of living and continuing to improve the way in which we live and solve problems in our community should be calling for the reinstatement of funding to Harvard University. Don't let Trump force us back into the dark
stand up and speak out to stop his attacks on education so that we can maintain our status as a leader in research, continue to innovate, and make advancements that improve the world.
Heather Gonzalez, Wantage. Good evening, and thank you, Commissioners, for listening and serving our community. Like most of you, I'm a lifelong Sussex County resident. Commissioner Space, I grew up right next door to you, spent my childhood in our adjacent fields, and spent summers out at the space cabin in Pitkin. Commissioner Carney, I saw two of your sons through high school, and I'm sure if we sat down to talk, we'd find we have more mutual acquaintances than not. Commissioner DeGroot, I taught your sister and saw her off to Harvard. My roots run deep. In addition to being a lifelong community member and a teacher, I'm a parent of one in college and two teenagers. I'm a military wife. I'm a small farm owner. And undoubtedly, because of my other roles, I'm an advocate for justice and our democracy. I have many concerns for our town, our environment, our education system, our economy, and our veterans. But I want to share a quick story and ask one thing of you today. My father, also a lifelong Republican until somewhat recently, moved south a few years ago, and something strange happened shortly after his move. We became closer. Slowly, one conversation after the next, our relationship strengthened as our U.S. leadership declined. Who we once voted for became irrelevant, and the character, compassion, and common sense we shared united us as we chose to move forward. Now a vocal Democratic voter, my father has shown me that many people see that where we are as a nation today, right now, is not normal. And it's not just him. It's my lifelong Republican uncles. It's my veteran neighbor who quietly hung his Ukrainian flag below his American one. It's my Old Town Beamerville neighbors who now quietly protest having become disillusioned by the lies and shameful behavior of this current administration. What I ask is that you, as our local representatives, remember a time when Republicans and Democrats held different policy beliefs but shared diplomacy. As destructive policies begin to affect us locally, and they will, I ask you to reject the unhinged approach of today's administration that weakens the character of our democracy when it should instead show our children what it means to be great through helping our neighbors and working together. Reject the perverted use of religion that stokes division and fear among followers. Reject the lies, both the absurd and the ignorant, and become lifelong learners in order to represent your constituents with knowledge and class. Reject the unlawful raids on our newcomer populations pursuing legal residency and contributing to our communities. Reject the moronic public comments tweeted by the president that demean everyone with whom he flippantly disagrees at any given moment, from musicians to government employees.
Time.
Thank you.
Debbie Mello, Breeden Township. I would like to echo the sentiment of so many of the speakers here tonight in thanking you for the work that you do, what we see, what we don't see, what we hear about, and also for your great listening skills. Collective effervescence is what the French people call the experience of performing or consuming art as a community. The Trump administration has called for the elimination of the NEA, the National Endowment of the Arts, along with the National Endowment for the Humanities and the Institute of Museum and Library Sciences. Nationally, we are beginning to see the consequences of these actions in the takeover of the Kennedy Center administration and programming, and the move to cancel NPR and PBS funding. While these are very visible entities, these cuts will affect every congressional district in all 50 states and U.S. territories. Every town in the United States will feel the sting of these cuts, and our local arts programs will suffer and most likely cease to exist or become a shell of their former selves. Local economy will also suffer when tourists no longer come to our communities and spend money on hotels, restaurants, and shops to consume the arts being offered in our Sussex County communities. The NEA funnels grant money to rural communities like ours here in Sussex County in the form of outright or matching grants. The NEA portion is couch change in the overall federal budget. It is 0.003% of the federal budget, and yet it brings a return investment of more than $1 trillion. The Sussex County Arts and Heritage Council is the agency that awards grants to Sussex County nonprofit organizations.
1 minute.
There are 23 organizations throughout Sussex County that benefit from grants awarded them by the NEA. While there are too many to name at this time, they cover programs that provide participation and performance in groups that involve music, such as the New Sussex Symphony, Sussex County Oratorio, Harmony in Motion, and Sussex County Youth Orchestra, Visual Art Luna Park, and Sussex County Art Society in Theater, Skylands Performing Arts Center, and the North Star Theater Company. There are special projects, SCARC and Sussex County Teen Arts, and historical societies in Byram, Franklin, Stillwater, Vernon, Lake Hopatcong, Sparta, Sussex County, and the DAO chapter. As a recipient of grants from the Sussex County Arts and Heritage Council, I feel compelled to speak on behalf of all the recipients to condemn the act of elimination of the NEA. I was the artistic
Time.
director at Children's Chorus of Sussex County, so a recipient of many of these grants. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Laura Howe from Freedom. Excuse my voice. On May 1st, I had the honor of being invited to attend the Sussex County Law Day celebration at the historic courthouse. The theme of this year's celebration was the Constitution's promise, out of many, one. According to the American Bar Association, the Constitution enshrines our collective responsibility to one another. And the 2025 Law Day theme urged us to take pride in a Constitution that bridges our differences to bring us together as a united nation. Our civic lives tie us together as one we. Whether through legislative efforts that serve the common good, through military service, bring our workers together every day to fulfill the promise of e pluribus unum, or out of many, one. As part of the celebration, the Honorable Judge Michael Gauss was honored by the Bar Association for his achievements and dedication to both legal and community service. Judge Gauss's comments that night were very poignant. He discussed the importance of upholding the rule of law. He spoke about how, as a judge, his role is to ensure that the rule of law is to uphold for everyone in all circumstances. When he finished his remarks, it was very touching. He was met with standing ovation from a dozen or so other judges and attorneys sitting in the courtroom. The rule of law is not just a legal principle. It's the foundation of every free and just society. It means that no one is above the law and that laws are applied fairly, consistently, and transparently. When we abandon this principle, we open our doors to chaos, corruption, and tyranny. History has shown us what happens when the rule of law collapses. Leaders begin to rule by personal whim, not by justice. We're seeing this right now. Without the rule of law, the powerful can act with impunity, while the vulnerable are left without recourse.
1 minute.
In today's world, we must be especially vigilant. When laws are bent to serve political agendas, when enforcement is selective, or when criticism of authority is silenced, we take dangerous steps away from democracy and toward authoritarianism. The rule of law is not self-sustaining. It demands our constant protection. It requires that we speak out when it is threatened, uphold it in our communities, and ensure that our leaders are held accountable. I want to thank Judge Gauss and all the other judges and attorneys and law enforcement officers who are true patriots and urge them to continue to abide by and protect the rule of law. I also want to thank Commissioner Henderson for extending conversation, because clearly that's what we're looking for, and I appreciate it tremendously and everything that you do. I've learned a lot here. Thank you.
Is there anyone else?
Hi, Mayor Anthony Rossi, Vernon Township. support you gave Vernon from the township, from our town center facelift project, working with your engineering team, was streamlined, perfect, no issues, so easy to work with. And to the signage, the new signage that we have on 515 coming into, for the overweight trucks that have been pretty devastating at times. Seems to, the latest report from our police department is, it seems to be working, knock on wood. It's reduced some of the overweight trucks from coming down 515. It's not perfect, but nothing ever is. We still continue to step up enforcement, and hopefully enough of it, we can prevent disasters from happening. I know it's Memorial Day, another topic. We had a parade. I know each and one of you all have prior commitments and things. I just want to let you guys know, because I didn't reach out to anybody. The invitation to come to any Vernon Township activity, events, the door's always open. Don't ever feel you need to ask, commit, come. You guys are always welcome. Again, thank you guys for all the work and again, all the support you give Vernon Township. I much appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Brianne Stevenson, Branchville. I just wanted to help my friend Heather finish off on her positive note from earlier. She didn't get to finish. So just wanted to end with that. But before I say that, I did want to just point out that I really appreciate your comments before, Commissioner Carney, but just so that we know, Donald Trump is the worst offender of eminent domain. He has a very long history of that. But let's get back to the positive. So all of the things we were asked to reject, such as dismantling your democracy and due process, instead to choose Republican and Democratic values. Choose diplomacy, choose kindness and knowledge and understanding, choose politics over party. At the end of the day, we want many of the same things for our community, and we want you to continue to serve your constituents as honorable leaders and distance yourself from the misinformation that is out there. Thank you.
All right, before I close public comment, we have to backtrack a little bit to 18. That's personnel. We need to, I'm assuming we need to get a motion to vacate
Motion to vacate that vote. There was an
that
issue
vote,
with the conflict.
and then we'll motion again
Correct.
to correct it.
Yep, and then reintroduce 18.
Do-
So
do-
motion to vacate.
Do we need to go over any, why?
Well, no, you have a commissioner that had a conflict on one of the personnel items. My fault for not reminding them beforehand, so we'll just correct it up and move on, so.
Does everybody understand that? Anybody who cares to care? So we're going back to the personnel agenda. We're gonna vacate the vote that we passed. We're going to remove that and vote again. There's a conflict of interest on one of the, on the personnel agenda.
We don't close out public session?
No, because in case somebody has a question,
Okay.
I don't want to close out public, so you have to reopen it and close it again.
So normally we don't answer questions, but if you did have a question about that, hopefully I was clear. Hopefully we're clear on that. Nothing shady, just we have to do this. So can I get a motion to vacate the vote on agenda item 18?
So moved. Oh,
Commissioner Hayden.
Second.
Deputy Director Space, seconds. Any discussion? We could do all in favor, probably. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose, abstain. Okay, so now I need a motion to move
The personnel agenda.
the personnel agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Deputy Director Space moves, Commissioner DeGroot seconds. Any discussion on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Roll call, it's a
Roll
roll,
call.
this is a roll call vote.
Roll call.
Deputy Director Space?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson?
Abstain.
Additional public comment.
Is there any other additional comment? Hopefully, again, I was clear on that. We were clear on what we did there, just a little miscommunication.
Motion to close that.
All right.
Back to your regular.
We're all good? Everybody's good? Okay, good. All right, can I get a motion to close the floor for public comment and return to regular business?
So moved.
Mr. Henderson, can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner DeGroot, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose, abstain, pass. All right, 24 is reminders. Please check the county's website, www.sussex.nj.us, for meeting schedules. Number 26 is adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Commissioner Hayden moves, Director of Space, Deputy Director of Space seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose, abstain, carries. 7:58.
See you in 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah, enjoy that ride.
Yeah, have a good time.
Oh, man, be safe, please.
Yes, we'll talk, thanks.